Hey there, beautiful souls. Welcome to Vibes and Victory. This will be your affirmation messages for the upcoming week, starting Sunday, August 3rd through Sunday, August 10th, or whenever you see this. So today we are going to use cards from the Self-Care Wisdom Cards deck by Cheryl Richardson with artwork by Joe Podmore. And then we're also going to use these Super Attractor cards by Gabrielle Bernstein, and the artwork is by Michaela Ezra. So for each sign, I will pull 2 cards. So to go ahead and get things started, we're going to start with Aries. So Aries, from the Self-Care Wisdom cards, let's see what we have. And I hope everyone is having a nice and pleasant time with Mercury being in retrograde right now. I am doing okay. I'm hanging in there as best as I can. All right, Aries. So for the upcoming week, you're called to move. So let's see what it says. A long walk is good for the soul. Get outside and allow Mother Nature to lift your spirits. So this upcoming week, instead of sitting around dwelling in whatever has upset you, you may see that taking a nice long walk will be beneficial to your mental health. I feel like that's a good message for all of us, any of us, right? All right, so from the Super Attractor card deck, let's see what affirmations or messages our Aries friends need to hear. I'm going to shuffle one more time. I hope everyone is doing very well, my Aries friends. Okay, so the Super Attractor message is, let's see here. Believing in spiritual guidance gives me certainty and the freedom to keep dreaming, even when I can't yet see the result. I'll read that again. Believing in spiritual guidance gives me certainty and the freedom to keep dreaming, even when I can't see the result. So that message might be something that you want to consider on your long walk this upcoming week. If there's something bothering you or making you feel like you're starting to lose faith, then it seems like your guidance is to go for a walk. And basically, as the old folks used to say, give it to God, whatever that means to you, whoever God is to you, but give it away to a power that is outside of yourself. So I hope that message resonated with you. If it did, make sure to comment down below and let me know. Thank you, Aries, for being here with me. Alrighty, so Taurus, we're going to move on to our Taurus friends. And let's see what self-care wisdom my Taurus friends need for the upcoming week. Hello, my Taurus friends. I'm going to shuffle one more time and then check to make sure this is recording. I've had lots of tech issues, as you can imagine. Let me check really quickly. Okay, the show is on. Very good. Okay. All right, so for my Taurus friends, your self-care wisdom is action. So for the upcoming week, action. Baby steps are still steps, and they're better than standing still. Are you wishing that things were moving along faster than they are, my Taurus friends? If you are, I can relate. I can relate. All right, so let's see what super attractor card we have for my Taurus friends. I'm going to shuffle one more time. Okay. So for my Taurus friends, we have, each time I choose to tune into spirit, guidance of the highest truth shows up for me. Each time I choose to tune into spirit, guidance of the highest truth shows up for me. So whatever you might be worrying about this upcoming week, wishing that it would kind of hurry along and get done faster, it may be time to tune into spirit, to seek guidance from spirit, and let whatever highest truth comes up for you, whatever fills your heart, whatever that answer is, let that message be of some comfort for you, and also encourage you to keep going on whatever you're working on building. So remember, those baby steps are still steps, and they are better than standing still. All right, my Taurus friends, thank you so much for being here. I hope that message resonated with you and was helpful. If it was, please do leave me a comment down below. All right, so moving on to my Gemini friends. All right, so my Gemini friends, what self-care wisdom message do my Gemini friends need for the upcoming week? What self-care message? What self-care wisdom message does my Gemini friends need for the upcoming week? And for my Gemini friends, we have ease. Oh, that's a beautiful card to get, ease. Today, I allow life to be easy. Oh, I love that. Today, I allow life to be easy. So what are some ways for this upcoming week, my Gemini friends, what ways will you seek ease for this upcoming week? What you got going on that you would like to take it easy when you do it? Maybe work. I'm just only thinking of work right now. What are you thinking about, my fabulous Gemini friends? All right, and so the message from the super attractor deck. Trying to just get the first one. There we go. Manifesting. So manifesting is the creative process of aligning with the energy of the universe to co-create an experience that elevates my spirit and the spirit of the world. So I will read this one more time. Manifesting is the creative process of aligning with the energy of the universe to co-create an experience that elevates my spirit and the spirit of the world. So if your wish for the upcoming week might be, it is easy for me to manifest. It is easy for me to manifest whatever positive, uplifting thing that you are really desiring to manifest over these next 7 days. Just remind yourself and tell yourself that it can be easy. Not everything needs to be hard and harsh and long and drawn out. So I hope sincerely that whatever lovely desire in your heart you would like to manifest, I hope that it very easily comes to you this upcoming week. So thank you, my Gemini friends. Thank you so much. All right. So we're going to move on to our Cancer friends. So for Cancer, my beautiful Cancers, how are you guys doing right now? How are you guys hanging in there with all of the retrogrades going on right now, my Cancer friends? All right, what do my Cancer friends need to hear from the self-care wisdom cards. All right, so for this upcoming week, we have reassess. Reassess. You have the right to change your mind. You have the right to change your mind. Are you feeling guilty about something that you committed to before? And now you're wondering if you do have the right to change your mind about something. Well, here is your sign that you have the right to change your mind, my Cancer friends. Let's get these cards shuffled 2 more times. Changing your mind on something that you promised to do, for example, can be very stressful. And if that's something that you're going through, I can 100,000% relate. All right, so for my Cancer friends, your message is, I can do less and attract more. I can do less and attract more. So this upcoming week, if you need to change your mind about something in order to save your energy, and if you're worried about changing your mind about that thing, thinking that maybe something won't come to fruition or something won't work out if you don't overcommit your energy, this is your message to tell you that you can actually change your mind, do less, commit less, be worried less, and still attract more positive things into your life. So Cancer, I hope that was a very uplifting message to whoever needed to hear that. And I hope you feel very empowered to change your mind this upcoming week if you need to. So if that spoke to you, please leave me a comment down below. It really does help with the channel, and I appreciate you being here. All right, so moving on to my Leo friends. My Leo friends, what self-care wisdom do my Leo friends need to hear? What self-care wisdom do my Leo friends need to hear? And one more time, what do my Leo friends need to hear? This is a pretty card, Leo. All right, so this is the card of choice. Choice. Worry less about making the right choice and more about being strong enough to handle any outcome. This is beautiful. I was listening to an inspirational message earlier today, and the lady I was listening to is an astrologer, and she was talking about how peace is really worrying, not being attached to an outcome. So if you really want to feel peace in your heart about like making a decision or taking a job, opening a business, being in a relationship or whatever, you will definitely, still try your best and all of that good stuff. But the worrying about the outcome and being attached to what you think the outcome should be, and should is almost a dirty word sometimes, but if you're very attached to what you think the outcome should be, that is when the worrying and the sadness and being very upset about a situation, that is when it comes in. And please take it from a lifelong worrier that the times that I can release my expectation about how things will turn out, about the outcome, I feel so much better. And I'm also more liberated. I'm more creative. I'm more free. So this upcoming week, please try to practice just kind of letting go, worrying less about whatever the outcome is that you're thinking about. If you're listening to this and it's resonating with you, you're thinking about a specific situation, this is your sign to try to worry less about the outcome. So, For the super attractor message, you have I can do less and attract more. I can do less and attract more, my Leo friends. So this could mean worrying less, using less of your energy, but still being very confident and knowing in your heart that what you can do that is not detrimental to your health is good enough, and it's good enough to attract more. And you can also let go apprehensions about whatever this thing is, and the outcome is still gonna come, right? So I hope that message resonated with you. If you found it helpful or if you resonated, please do leave me a comment down below. I would love to hear from you. And thank you so much, Leo, for being here with me. All right, moving on to my Virgo friends. So for my Virgo friends, how are you guys doing? How are you guys doing? Sending you guys lots of love to my Virgo friends. Let's see what self-care wisdom cards message we have for my Virgo friends for the upcoming week. Okay, so the message is surrender. I feel like there's a theme with these messages, and please excuse the noise in the background if it's coming through on the camera. Surrender is your message. I feel like this is a theme this week. Stop trying to control life. It gets in the way of divine intervention. Say this with me. Stop trying to control life. It gets in the way of divine intervention. Not sure I can really expound much more on that. That's pretty straightforward, right? Stop trying to control life. That's kind of a funny message for my Virgo friends, because we know that the Virgo archetype in like pop culture is the person who is very interested in practicing having control whenever they can. And I am not a Virgo sun, but I still can definitely relate to the deep desire to want to have control over things, because I always think if I control the thing, then I know it'll turn out right. Can you relate, Virgo? Alrighty. So your message from the Super Attractor deck is appreciation dissolves all blocks to the presence of my Super Attractor power. Appreciation dissolves all blocks to the presence of my Super Attractor power. So for this upcoming week, you're called to practice releasing some control. So if we think about like balancing out the energies, practice releasing some of that control or the desire to control, and instead bring in more of the practice of appreciation. One example that has come to mind as I was talking about this is, for example, if there's someone trying to help you do something, and I'm talking to myself also when I'm telling this story, when someone is trying to help you do something, it is totally okay to give them guidance and, let them know the important things. But when it comes down to like the minutia of how they do it versus how you would do it, if it doesn't make a huge difference, instead of trying to give them like a super, super detailed checklist of exactly how to do the thing, instead try to stop yourself and say, man, I sure am thankful that this person is here helping me. So practice that this upcoming week. I don't tell you that with like it's fluff. That's a practice that I have to call in all the time. So if you struggle with that, I totally understand, and I'm right there with you. But this upcoming week, your message is to try to appreciate instances where you are receiving help. Okay, So, Virgo, I hope that resonated with you. Thank you so much for being here with me. Alrighty. So now we will move on to my Libra friends. How y'all doing out there? My Libra friends. Get my cards together here. Alright, so for my Libra friends, what message do you need to hear from the self-care, the wisdom cards? Let's get one more shuffle for you, my Libra friends. How are we being asked to self-care for this upcoming week for my Libra friends? So we have release, and what a lovely card. That's a beautiful card. She's laying on her back. She's relaxed. The stars are above her. There's no phone next to her. There's no laptop. She is just totally like releasing energy, just relaxed, grounding herself on the earth. This is a beautiful image for release. Sometimes the best way to grow is to simply let go. I swear there is a theme this week, and the theme is let go. In 2 words, I think that'll be the title of the video. Let go. Let go. Whatever you're gripping on to with all your might, it may be time to just let it go, whatever that is to you, Libra friends. Libra, if you have not yet listened to your moon or rising or sun or whatever you haven't listened to, there has been a theme of let go. So you may want to check out more than just your sun sign if that interests you. All right, so for my Libra friends, let's see what the Super Attractor cards have to say. I think I need one more shuffle. Let's see what the Super Attractor cards have to say for my Libra friends. Appreciation. I shuffled these I think 4 times just now, and I'm pretty sure Virgo also got this card. So appreciation dissolves all blocks to the presence of my super attractor power. Appreciation dissolves all blocks to the presence of my super attractor power. So for you, my Libra friends, if you let go of something, what can you call in instead? If you let go of some worry or some situation, what will letting go of that make space for? And while you're waiting on the new thing to come in, you're being asked to show appreciation for whatever is left and appreciation for what is coming toward you. But first and foremost, you are being asked to simply let go. Sometimes the best way to grow is to simply let go. Even saying that sounds so good. Would you like to repeat it after me? Sometimes the best way to grow is to simply let go. Beautiful, beautiful, Libra. Oh, I love you guys. All right, so if this resonated with you, please do leave a comment down below. And thank you so much for being here with me, my Libra friends. Okay, I'm going to move on to my Scorpio friends. So for my Scorpio friends, my beautiful, beautiful Scorpio friends, what self-care wisdom do we need for this upcoming week for my Scorpio friends? What self-care wisdom do we need for this upcoming week for my Scorpio friends? And the wisdom is reassess. Reassess. You have the right to change your mind, Scorpios. I know that you guys have that that association with being extremely loyal. And sometimes that can mean extremely committed to whatever you said you were going to do, or whatever thing that you've decided to be committed to. But this is your message for this week, that you have the right to change your mind. And you honestly might have to do some work around how you feel when you decide to change your mind. Do you feel guilty? Do you feel like you owe more than you do to other people? Like, what does that look like for you? That might be the work for you this upcoming week. Not only to change your mind, but also to work through any saddening or negative feelings that you have about changing your mind. So your super attractor message is, instead of worrying about the future, I know all is well when I'm aligned in the moment. Instead of worrying about the future, I know all is well when I'm aligned in the moment. So for this upcoming week, you may have to make a choice where you have to change your mind about something that you're doing or that you're committed to. And part of the work that I was just mentioning that you may have to do to work through how you feel about making that change is telling yourself, getting to know deep in your heart, calling in your heart wisdom, but knowing, whatever that means to you, but knowing that you've made the right choice when changing your mind, because what you're changing to is more aligned. So aligned with your spirit, your desires, your heart, your higher self, whatever that more positive and better alignment is for you. So, Scorpio friends, you may have a little bit of work to do this upcoming week, mentally or with some journaling, but I do wish you all the best with that. And I know if anybody can do it, my Scorpio friends certainly can. So if that resonated with you, Scorpio, please do leave me a comment. And thank you so much for being here with me. All right, so moving on to my Sagittarius friends. Sagittarius, if you have had fun this past week, I want you to comment below and tell me what kind of fun did you guys get into this past week. All right, I'm being called to shuffle 2 more times for you from the self-care wisdom cards. So let's get ourselves together here. All right, and we're going to do one more shuffle. Feel like you guys needed 4 shuffles. So I'm going to do the 4 for you, Sagittarius friends. Okay, so my Sagittarius friends, your self-care wisdom card is peace. Peace. Just because some people are fueled by drama doesn't mean you have to attend the performance. Make your life a drama-free zone. Just because some people are fueled by drama doesn't mean you have to attend the performance. Make your life a drama-free zone. So Sagittarius, who are you going to be avoiding this upcoming week? I'm just joking, but you may, dramatic people, a lot of times it's not even worth it really to try to help them or help them see the light and all this stuff, because it's taken me a long time to learn. But truly, some people just thrive on a bunch of BS going on all the time. It's like they cannot be happy if things are peaceful. So Sagittarius, how are you going to choose peace this upcoming week? All right, so the message that we have from the Super Attractor cards is Instead of worrying about the future, I know all is well when I'm aligned in the moment. Instead of worrying about the future, I know all is well when I'm aligned in the moment. So for this upcoming week, you may be presented with a situation that you have to choose your own personal peace over being popular, over being thought of in some kind of way, over being liked or whatever. And the comfort that you can know in choosing peace over drama, the comfort that you know exists is because you will make the choice that is more aligned for what is good for you. So instead of worrying about what the person might think of you or say about you in the future, you can instead know that the choice that you made, which was to protect your own peace, is aligned both now and in the future if it's the good and positive choice for you. So Sagittarius, I hope that message was helpful, and probably most important, I hope that it was very empowering for you. If it was, please do comment down below and let me know who you're avoiding this upcoming week. Thank you, Sagittarius friends, for being here with me. So now we're going to move on to Capricorn. All right, so we're going to move on to Capricorn. So for Capricorn, what do my Capricorns need to hear regarding their self-care for the upcoming week? I'm actually going to check my camera just to make sure things are recording. Okay, we're still doing good. My apologies for all of the checking, but I had a rough time last week trying to get these things out with having tech issues, so now I'm a little bit worried. All right, so back to our Capricorn friends. We're going to shuffle one more time. What is the self-care wisdom that my awesome, I almost said sexy. That's weird. I'm sorry. I don't know if that's inappropriate. But what do my spectacular, another S word, Capricorn friends need to hear for this upcoming week? All right, we have rituals. Capricorn, you guys. What was that? I don't know. Anyway, so you guys, we have rituals. There's a lovely image of a lady who is watering her plants. Nice little ritual to do once a week or whenever. I have a black thumb, so I'm not sure when you water your plants. But so about our rituals. Steady yourself with simple rituals. Do the dishes, fold the laundry, water the plants, make a cup of tea, and let wisdom sneak up on you. Steady yourself with simple rituals. Do the dishes, fold laundry, water the plants, make a cup of tea, and let wisdom sneak up on you. That's a lovely little card. I really love that card. So for this upcoming week, you may be called to slow down. So in the vein of thinking about self-care, for my Capricorn friends, if you don't know already, I am a Capricorn sun. I definitely struggle sometimes with making myself slow down. So when I hear steady yourself, to me that means kind of like stop for a beat, get your feet together, get yourself together, and just do something that will let your mind rest for a little bit. So my Capricorn friends, including the one who lives in my head, how are we going to steady ourselves this upcoming week with some simple rituals? One of the rituals that I do every day is to have a cup of tea. I don't drink much coffee, so a nice little cup of tea in the morning really kind of gets me going. It helps me to start my day in a nice, relaxed kind of way, and I really appreciate that. So, our message from the Super Attractor card. This card, I have doggone shuffled these cards so many times, and this is the third time that this card has come out in these readings. Big time message. Instead of worrying about the future, I know all is well when I'm aligned in the moment. So Capricorn, for the upcoming week, when you catch yourself worrying, ruminating, planning, using all of this mental activity to try to get things done, instead of worrying about what you're going to do in the future and who's going to do what and who you need to manage and who you need to call and all that stuff, instead of worrying about all of that, know that all is well when you are aligned in the moment. So speaking about in the moment, being present in the moment, maybe by doing some small ritual, but whatever it is, just doing what you can to ground yourself and tell yourself that you are aligned, you are good, you're safe, and it's okay to steady yourself by calming down and slowing down. So my Capricorn friends, I hope that resonated with you. I know it did for me. If it did, please leave me a comment down below. And thank you so much to my Cappies for being here with me. All right, so we're going to move on to Aquarius. So for my Aquarius friends, what is the self-care wisdom that we need for you guys for the upcoming week? I'm just going to check my camera one last time. Okay, we've got plenty of time to go. All right, so for Aquarius, my apologies for the little break there. We're going to see what my Aquarius friends need to know regarding self-care for the upcoming week. I'm going to shuffle just one more time. All right, so for my Aquarius friends, we have Mind. Mind, that's a lovely card. She's sitting in lotus position with the crisscrossed legs, and she is in a prism, but there's rain outside. So let's see what the card says. You are the master of your inner world, and you decide how the outer world affects you. Cultivate a calm inner state. So in this card, we can definitely see that despite the rain going on outside, this woman has chosen to have a comfortable, cozy, beautiful, blooming inner world despite what's going on outside. So that is a beautiful card and a beautiful message. So for this upcoming week, you are called to work on cultivating something that's in your inner world that feels good, that feels like a warm, cozy cup of tea or coffee or whatever you like. A warm cup of whatever you like that is just comforting. Something that maybe your grandmother made for you or your grandpa, someone who was your caregiver. But more importantly, what you do for yourself. Cultivate that feeling inside of your inner world this upcoming week. So what do we have for my Aquarius friends from the Super Attractor deck? So for the upcoming week we have, I trust that my powerful intentions combined with my faith are enough to allow my vision to become my reality. I trust that my powerful intentions combined with my faith are enough to allow my vision to become my reality. So that is so beautiful. So this upcoming week, when you're working on cultivating that safe, warm, comfortable feeling for your inner world, one of the things that you can tell yourself to help facilitate that feeling inside, you can tell yourself exactly what's on this card. I trust that my powerful intentions combined with my faith are enough to allow my vision to become my reality. And looking at the image on this card, you can definitely tell that this woman feels, she not only trusts, but you can look at her and tell that she is comfortable with her faith, and she knows that whatever it is that she's working on she's gonna let go. That's been the theme of these cards this reading, through these readings, that she's gonna let go, and she's gonna know that her faith is enough to facilitate her vision coming to reality. So Aquarius friends, I hope that resonated with you. That's really beautiful. It's one of the most empowering ones we've had this whole day of these readings. So I hope that resonated with you, and thank you so much for being here with me. Leave me a comment below and let me know if it did resonate with you. Alrighty, so for my Pisces friends, let's go ahead and get a self-care wisdom card for my Pisces friends. Pisces, how are y'all doing out there today? What's going on with you? What's going on with you? All right, let's do one more shuffle for my Pisces friends. One more shuffle. Okay, so for my Pisces friends, the self-care wisdom card we have for you guys is surprise. Surprise. Release your expectations and be open to surprise. That's fun. This is by far the most fun card I've pulled from the self-care wisdom card deck this week. Release your expectations and be open to surprise. So Pisces, if you haven't listened to any of the other readings, in one of the readings I mentioned that the thread for this week is let go. Let go. And one of the, if not the most impactful thing that we can let go of is expectations. Expectations ruin so many things, especially if we have very narrow expectations of exactly how things should be. So this week you're being you're being called to release those expectations and be open to something good, which might be a surprise. Especially if life has been kicking your butt lately, a nice surprise would be probably welcomed. All right, so from the super attractor deck, we have, to begin the practice of allowing, I must get out of the way and let spirit give me direction. These cards could not be more aligned together. To begin the practice of allowing, I must get out of the way and let spirit give me direction. Both of these cards are very plainly about releasing expectations. So, Pisces, what expectation do you have that you can release for the upcoming week, especially if that expectation is negative? If you are going into this upcoming week thinking, oh my God, this week is going to be a drag, this week is going to suck, then that is, even though it's not positive, it's still an expectation. So what negative especially, but what expectation can you release this upcoming week to let your heart have some space to be open to a surprise. And the way you can do that is to practice allowing yourself to get out of your own way, allowing yourself to be open to something new, which might be a new way of doing something that Spirit will guide you to. So that's a very beautiful and empowering message to end our readings on. Pisces, if that resonated with you, or if you have something that you're hoping that you're open to about this upcoming week, drop me a comment down below and let me know. I'd love to hear from you. And I hope you have a lovely, lovely week. Take care, everybody.